Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this top 10 of the year, this video is going to be concentrating on legacy special releases, shall we say. So this isn't the standard legacy figures that you could just walk into your local shop if they had them in and purchase. So this is things like Target exclusives, Walmart exclusives, and Hasbro Pulse, and indeed of course Generation Select. So the reason I've done two different polls is because there's just been so many different figures released this year, and again it isn't always fair to put the Generation Select figures up against the standard ones, etc., and purely because exactly that, the first poll was readily available most places, whereas this, unfortunately for some people, we haven't been able to get all of them, or there's still figures that people are actually after. The other thing with this is, of course, this is just my opinion and it doesn't really count for anything, and I know that a lot of my decisions and numbers and picks are mainly down to nostalgic reasons, and I know that a lot of people would disagree with me, and that's brilliant because that's obviously the point of this fandom. We've all got different favourites and we all like different figures for our own reasons. A lot of mine, especially with the first legacy top 10 I did, were just figures that brought back great memories, to be honest. So for me, there's going to be a bit of that today as well, but of course with these being sort of specialer figures, there's a few ones that just didn't and haven't usually had major normal releases. So we're gonna kick straight off as I normally do with just a few that just missed out. Now one of them that just missed out, and I haven't got him here unfortunately, is the Wreckers version of Impactor, because it was just nice to see him because he's based on the Simon Furman version, which is of course the comic book which was released in the UK. I know it was released everywhere, but it was obviously started off, it was a Simon Furman UK script. Now the other ones that we've got are, I've got three. I've got Hauler. He just missed out, but I absolutely love this figure. I absolutely love the mold, and it's also just made me realise that when I was doing this time last year, I didn't include Artfire because I hadn't actually received him yet. And Artfire, I suppose, is just way up there as well. With just the mold is brilliant, but for him, the reason why for him, it's just mainly the colour scheme. The colour scheme is absolutely crazy. So he just narrowly missed out. Now, one of the other reasons, and in fact, maybe it's purely because of that, because we've got so many figures in that particular mold, that the the other two that just missed out didn't get in. This one, again, I love it. This was a Target exclusive, and Tim Banerjee, bless him, he was on holiday in America and he managed to get this for me, but I love this, going back to the Diaclone colour scheme of, it is blue streak, isn't it, but it's silver streak, that's what it says on the box. And he narrowly missed out, and yeah, we got loads of this particular mold, haven't we? But he just missed out. And then the final one to just miss out is Red Cog. And the reason why I liked Red Cog is because it was a huge nod, it was a huge homage to Grand Maximus's, obviously Red Cog as well. But the main reason is because of all of these abundance of accessories. I know it's a parts format, I know it falls apart, but look at all the stuff you get with it. So you can complete so many more displays, and you can just do so many more things with him. Even though, saying that, he didn't make it into my top 10, he just missed out. But again, let's be honest, as I say, great toy, absolutely great toy, and for all the fun and the things that you can do with him, definite great toy. Right then, number 10 is Ransack. And as I say, I know that these 4-packs frustrate a lot of people, and indeed I used to be myself included, but at the moment in-demand stores in the UK just seem to be getting them all, so that is brilliant. I loved this mold with Kickback. I love the colour scheme with Ransack. I love the fact that it's just something simple as I put them on his arms instead of on his wings, and it looks like a completely different figure, a completely different character. And again, great memories of this as a child, and I think the colour scheme it's just fantastic. Translucent orange on the wings, beautiful figure, and fun to play with, fun to transform, nice and simple. Right, number 9, this guy literally just shot in because I only just got him, and I love this mold. When it's in robot mode, I know it's the cassette, and I know we want it to be the tape deck player, which is exactly what I wanted it to be as well, to be honest, but I just think it was a little bit weak in the tape deck mode. Blasters is much better. Blasters is all folded up, everything's tucked away nice and neat, it's much smoother. This guy, again, this is probably just because I've got the original and I love the original. Colour scheme works really well with him, and the headband on him is fantastic. And yeah, he's a great figure, to be honest, and I'm crossing my fingers because at the moment mine is still beautifully white, so let's hope he stays that way. Okay, number 8 is, this is gonna, I know a lot of people won't perhaps like this, but again, this is Galaxy Shuttle, and again I've got him all armoured up at the moment purely because, as you can see, I'm transitioning moving rooms, so I don't want to lose any weapons. Now I know that the Galaxy Shuttle was never a train, I know that, and I know it's frustrating. I think what does this for me is two things. One, the head sculpt, which the head sculpt is Galaxy Shuttle, and two, because never in my wildest dreams, if you'd have asked me at the beginning of this year, do you think we'll get a Galaxy Shuttle figure, a reissued one this year, I would have definitely said no, not at all. So when I found out that we did, it's brilliant. I'm actually more surprised that they didn't do a Generation Selects version of this just in these colours, because of course that was the original Astro Train colours in Japan. Now, I've probably just given them an idea, but there you go. That's what I think they perhaps should have done. But this was my first experience of the mould. I love the mould, great toy, and again it's Galaxy Shuttle, and it's nice to see Victory getting a lot of love at the moment, so I'm really pleased with that. The toy, as I said, I love the toy. I know Galaxy Shuttle isn't a train, so that's going to annoy a few people, but I suppose it's just a mixture of that, the fact that yes, it's Galaxy Shuttle, and I think the mould's fantastic. So that is my reason for Galaxy Shuttle anyway. Right, so that's number 7, isn't it? Yes, so number 7 now is Override. Now she, first and foremost, as I say, I have to hold my hand up. When she was first announced, I didn't know anything about the character at all. I didn't even know it was a she. I was used to seeing, I think it was black. There's a black version of this, and it's like a convoy, and it's based in Japan. So this particular character completely took me by surprise. Didn't know it at all. Really liked it, really like it. I like the fact, obviously, again, it's a new mould. I think the head sculpt is brilliant. The translucent plastic on the front is brilliant. Just, yeah, I suppose because it's something that was so new to me and something that I've always said loads of times. Again, if you're new to this channel, I pretty much, because I'm in my early 40s now, I missed all of the Unicron trilogy, really. Don't really know anything about that now at all. So all of them figures now I'm finding out about, and I'm enjoying learning about them. And indeed, this particular figure, she really did. Yeah, I thought, wow, she's great. So much so that I've gone back and I've found the original, so I'm going to be able to do a video on that soon as well. Okay, so that was Override. Number 6 is, and this is, oh, here we go. Yeah, this is probably one of the most anticipated figures of the year, wasn't it? Alpha Trion was so, as soon as we saw that Hero Was Born, is it Hero Was Born pack or something like that? I haven't put Orion packs in. I didn't really like that. I think it's okay. But Alpha Trion for me was the standout in that particular set, and that is exactly why he's here, because I still think he looks great. And again, what a brilliant use of the Scourge mould. What a great idea. Looks brilliant. Really pleased with it, and the colour scheme just work fantastic. It's better than I think than the botcon version of Alpha Trion that I've got. It's just really like it. Okay, it could be classed as a shell former, but I think again, the particular episode, this obviously from the cartoon, is one that my son loves to watch with me. It's one of his favourites. I must have watched it. I've probably watched that episode more than anything else. So for that reason, that's why that sticks in there. Straight in at number 6. Okay, number 5, and this is not in any way intentionally to annoy anybody who hasn't got him yet. It is Cosmos. It is Cosmos. It's exactly what we wanted. I love these new Minibot Deluxe class figures that we're getting. I don't really care about the hole in his forearms. I know you can get upgrades, not grade kits, filler kits. It's just the fact that it's a really decent Cosmos, because the IDW one's okay, but it's IDW, and I, again, hold my hand up, I don't really know much about IDW. This chunky little monkey is Cosmos, and for me, again, childhood memories. Love it. I think it's great, and it is just such a shame that most people can't get this, because he is shelf warming in our Smiths at the moment. He's been reduced twice, but then again, channel members, I'm doing a competition to win a couple, so there you go. Anyway, this is Cosmos. He is in at number 5, and it's a huge shame that he hasn't made his way around the world everywhere yet. He's number 5. Okay, number 4 is, again, this is another one that annoyed a lot of people because it was in a 4-pack, and I totally get it. Totally get it. To be honest, Ransack was one of them, so this, you're going to guess who this is straight away. The other 2 I've not even looked at. I appreciate them, but it was mainly for this guy in Ransack, and that is Goldbug, because this, in my opinion, is the best use of this mould, hands down. It's better than Bumblebee, which is ridiculous. It's better than Netflix Bumblebee, which I know I shouldn't even be saying. But look at the head sculpt again. That is Goldbug 100%. The paint is gold, it's reflective gold, it is gold bug, it is my favorite use of this mold. And again, I had gold bug as a kid, and it was just a throttle bot that you just pull back and went, and it literally just went from there upwards. It didn't even do it all by itself, you had to do it. It was the most basic figure ever. This is in a different league, and again, anybody who's seen this mold, they've used it so much now. Great. He had to be there. Right, number 3. This as well, this is just because it's a homage to an original toy that I used to have. Target Master Cyclonus. The first version of this mold was just simply stunning. It was totally out of there. This version, of course, is exactly the same mold, but look at the colours. The colours is the G1 toy. The G1 toy, I, again, absolutely loved. I thought it was fantastic. I've still got the stickers here. Let me know in the comments, do I sticker him up or not? Because I'm looking at him thinking, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. But yeah, it's just beautiful. The colour scheme works, and I love the nod to the blue ears as well, which is, of course, one of the rarer G1 versions of him. So that was there. So we're down to 2 left. Now, what's next I'm going to choose next may surprise people. I think people have probably got thinking exactly odds on what it's going to be for number 1, but he's not going to be at number 1. He's going to be at number 2. Oh, and number 2 is the HasLab Star Saber. And there's nothing wrong with this figure. Luckily for me, this particular one for me had no QC issues, so I'm really lucky on that, and I feel so sorry for the people who did have issues with theirs. I mean, maybe he's got a bit of loose antenna, but it's not too bad. This figure for me, yes, it's stunning. Yes, it's beautiful. It is a great representation of Star Saber. I love the Japanese continuity. I love Star Saber. I love Victory Leo. I love Victory Saber. There's nothing wrong with it. There's just another figure that I liked more and I enjoyed more, and again, couldn't believe more. If I wanted to be, if I want to be negative about this, the only negative thing I say is a bit small. But that is it. There's nothing wrong with the figure. Again, I'm talking about a figure here that's got no QC issues. So again, I feel sorry for the people who've had issues with theirs. But for mine, with no issues on this one, I have got, anyway, with this one, I'm just checking out the gold on it. It's just a great figure. It is just, and because I'm lucky enough to have the originals, it's just an updated version of the original. It's so clever. It is so good. And yeah, it's a great figure. And again, I'm sorry for people who missed out on this, and I'm even more sorry for people who got this and it was cancelled or indeed defective. So I bet that's got a few of you scratching your head. Well, I hope it has anyway, because I haven't done it intentionally to be a bit of a ooh, but the figure of the year for me, and I said it when I think I reviewed him in January last year now, of course, yes, the first, it's this. And it's just, as soon as I saw him, blown away, and it's just too good. He's so good. He literally is. That's amazing, and that's why I think the Victory Saber's a little bit off size wise, you can see, because he's up to about the waist of Black Zarek. Black Zarek is amazing, but again, people who know me and know the channel know that my childhood love, my favourite toy, even though I loved Optimus Prime and Megatron, always was Scorponok. And when I saw there was a Japanese version, in which, in my opinion, unpopular, I don't know, controversial opinion, with better colour scheme. The colour scheme for him is better, the head sculpt is better, the trident is better. I just think he's just an overall updated, better version of Scorponok. And for that reason, for me, he's my number 1. So there you go. I know there's going to be loads of people calling me mad or whatever, but again, that's the beauty of this. Let's have some interaction. You tell me where I'm wrong, and let me know your top 10s as well. So this didn't include any of the standard legacy, so Motormaster, Menasor and all that, even though they were really good. Maybe I should do a complete collative top 10, but for now, this is my top 10 of the year of the exclusive, shall we say, from Legacy. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.